What if I told you that one of the most powerful women in history was actually painfully shy, a young girl who was controlled, isolated, and never expected to rule an empire? Yet that same quiet girl would grow up to lead one of the most powerful nations on earth for more than 60 years. The story of Queen Victoria is not just about power and royalty. It is about loneliness, courage, love, and surprising strength hidden behind a shy personality. Before we continue, take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel, The Silent Truth, because here we reveal the untold stories behind the world's most powerful figures. Victoria was born in 1819 in London, and from the very beginning her life was unusual. Her father died when she was only 8 months old, and because of that she grew up under the strict control of her mother and her advisor. They created something called the Kensington system, a set of strict rules that controlled almost every part of her life. She was rarely allowed to be alone, she had very few friends, and even when she slept, someone had to be in the same room. Imagine growing up like that, always watched, always guided, and never free to make your own choices. Because of this, Victoria became extremely shy and quiet, often feeling lonely and trapped inside the palace. But destiny had something very different planned for her. When Victoria was just 18 years old, the king died suddenly. Early one morning in 1837, officials arrived at the palace with shocking news. The young, shy girl was now the Queen of Great Britain. According to witnesses, she had just woken up when she was told the news. Instead of panic, she calmly said, "I will be good." Those simple words marked the beginning of a reign that would change history. As queen, Victoria slowly transformed from a timid teenager into a confident ruler. She worked closely with her advisors and took her responsibilities seriously. During her reign, Britain became stronger, richer, and more influential across the world. The period later became known as the Victorian Era, a time of massive industrial growth, scientific discoveries, and global expansion. But behind all that power, Victoria was still a deeply emotional and sensitive person. One of the most important parts of her life was her love story with Prince Albert of Germany. When they married in 1840, Victoria found not just a husband, but a true partner and advisor. She trusted him deeply and relied on his guidance. Together they had 9 children and created a strong royal family image that people admired. Albert helped Victoria grow more confident and stable as a ruler. But tragedy struck in 1861 when Albert suddenly died. Victoria was devastated. Her grief was so deep that she wore black clothes for the rest of her life and avoided public appearances for many years. People began to criticize her for disappearing from public life, but slowly Victoria returned to her duties. Even in her sadness, she remained the symbol of the British Empire. By the late 1800s, she ruled over territories across the globe and became known as the Grandmother of Europe because many European royal families were connected to her through marriage. When Victoria died in 1901, after ruling for 63 years, an entire era ended with her. The shy girl who once lived under strict control had become one of the longest reigning monarchs in history. Her story reminds us that even quiet and reserved people can hold incredible strength inside them. So what do you think about the life of Queen Victoria? Was she simply a ruler of an empire, or a lonely woman who carried the weight of a crown? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed discovering this hidden story with the silent truth, don't forget to share this video with your friends and subscribe for more powerful stories from history.